If we continue to run up the types of annual deficits and add to the national debt at the rate we are now, we will most likely face a crisis on the dollar or the same type of social consequences that we are seeing in Europe.
In 2021, our annual interest bill will be $1 trillion a year.
This is a situation that puts a lot of businesses at risk.
$1 trillion, though, the way to think about it, if you had spent $1 million a day since Jesus Christ was born 2,010 years ago, you still would not have spent $1 trillion. That will be our annual interest bill.
We will have a commitment to changes in policies to reduce the budget deficit, but that commitment will be for changes to be made 2 or 3 years down the road. In the interim, we need to stimulate the economy because we have a very high unemployment rate and the rate of economic growth is low.
This is a critical time for the American economy. It's also a critical time for the American business community. For far too long, business has been silent and sitting on the sidelines. If that continues, this crisis will unfold.
The real issue is that my generation, the baby boomers, are retiring. And as we work through Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, we literally crush the system. And I'd say that's the part that's not that well understood out there, needs to be understood, including by the business community. And I'd say, what can the business community do? We need to start talking to our representatives, senators, and the administration to say you need to exercise leadership here, and it's going to take spending and taxes.
Once the economy has begun to expand, and once employment has begun to expand, we will be in a much better shape actually to reduce the deficit. And that's what we're trying to plan.
We must act now as members of the American business community to send a very strong message to our political leadership that they have to rectify this situation sooner rather than later. We are simply running out of time.
It is not going to be easy to find ways to increase revenues and reduce spending because of the political inertia in Washington and because of the desire of particular interest groups to keep what they have.
The answer, of course, is that when you have a problem of this magnitude, it's going to require a compromise, which means nobody is completely happy. Nobody. To me, the only way nobody is completely happy is if there is something to do on the tax side, but I'd say even more on the spending side, because spending really is out of control right now.
The Committee for Economic Development was founded in 1942 by a group of business leaders who were concerned about what the U.S. economy would look like at the end of World War II.
We have, at this point, a growing number of trustees and other business leaders who have been willing to sign our statement of principles seeking a resolution to the U.S. budget problem. We need more signatures.
Please join CED. We need the voice of American business to help prevent this crisis.